Okay, to get into some of these slow blues rhythm guitar techniques, let's begin with a bit of this sliding nine terminology and everything. That's a word you'll hear if you go to jam sessions and all, because one of the guitar players is supposed to play the sliding ninth and the other one will do the low end. Pretty typical on a couple of different rhythm guitar parts. So basically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you these voicings to begin with. This first chord is a G9 chord I'm going to play. And it is what we call a root 6, assumed root 6 chord, because there's actually no root in the chord. But the note G here on the low E string is what we see visually in making this chord. So this chord is a great, colorful sounding chord. It's got, it has the third, the flat 7, the 9, and the 5th in it. And all the color of the ninth, it's what we do with this chord quite often is we end up sliding it around. You can slide it up 2 frets. You can slide it 1 fret. Up and down. People are using it chromatically, they're using a whole step, so it's a great vehicle to slide this way and that way. So that's what we're using on the 1 chord. For the 4 chord, we're going to the C9 voicing here, and that's a root 5 chord. Root's in the 5th string, and that's another great chord. I call this chord the funkiest chord on the planet. It's the one that James Brown, a lot of the great James Brown tunes are written on and everything. But in this case, we're thinking like the slow blues players, like T-Bone Walker also use this chord a lot. So we're going to use the 4 chord there and the 5 chord here. Now, one quick word about the slow blues sometimes. Sometimes, as a guitarist, you'll hear people putting the 5th in the bass on that 5 chord. To make it a little bigger, a little heavier, give it a little more gravity, a little more drama. And you certainly hear that a lot with T-Bone Walker. And also down on the 4 chord. And so you've got an option of whether you decide to put the root in the bass or the 5th in the bass. You want a little heavier, you put the 5th in the bass, okay? So what we're doing when we take the top 4 strings of this voicing, they actually form a D minor triad. You can, and it gives you the flat 7, 9, and 5, the 5th sound of the chord. And you can actually slide those 3 notes up 2 frets to give yourself 3 of the notes that were in that G6 chord. So what you're doing is getting G6 sound and G9 sound. So that sliding chord together gives you G9 and G6, G6, 9 slide. And you can do the same with the 4 chord. Take this top 3 notes with the bar, slide that. Slide the 5. Used all the time. Blues, funk, other styles of music, you know. Bands from Steely Dan to James Brown, you name it, it's all over the place, okay? So now we're going to be getting into playing blues in G with the 9th chord blues.